We don't need that. Oh, wow. Hello, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. We've got our crew of 4. They're on a very special mission today. This is a special simulator up here that we are going to... Oh, fuck. Oh. Everyone left. Okay. I just quick saved instead of quick loading. Fuck. I guess we'll just continue from here then. All aboard, you sick fucks. You can't reach. Hello, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Last episode, we saved the day, restored the whole KSC, worked to the bone all the way until nighttime, just trying to get everyone's account of what happened, and the consensus, honestly, is that there's a lot about this world we don't understand. So as a direct reaction to these events that we've witnessed these last couple days, holy shit, okay, we are going to go on a special mission. It's not like any mission we've done before. It's going to involve crossing dimensions. Just a little crossing dimensions, like not the amount of crossing dimensions that requires a passport or a work visa, but like enough to where like you need to check a bag and carry on like a luggage item along with your personal item for no additional charge. So there's going to be a bit of that going on. All their stuff's in here, and I guess fuck. Oh, I'm controlling the wrong vehicle. Frick. So yeah, it's going to involve, there shouldn't be any babies crying because this is a space program where we can fully control who is on the plane, and we're not bringing any babies because they tend to get really sick in the interdimensional travel. And there are those little things you put in their ears so that the change in pressure doesn't bother them as much, and they don't really fit in their ears. They're not tiny enough. Babies have like a very small eardrum, so the actual like surface area of the eardrum that is helping them to deal with the pressure pressure difference they're experiencing is very small. So there's like a lot of force on that area, and oh, it's painful for them. Never mind the fact that babies will just cry at goddamn near anything. So no babies, bottom line on this interdimensional flight. Now this right here, this is our transport vehicle. It looks oh shit, it looks like some kind of demonic bug from this angle, but it's not a demonic bug. It's a special ship. Similar to some movie I can't remember the name of. It needs to go about at least 88 miles per hour to go. Maybe it was more. Fuck, I should have read the instruction manual. I didn't. What am I doing? That's not what I want to do. I want to close this ladder. Okay. Something like 88 miles per hour, which is it's about 39 meters per second, if I remember correctly, if I'm doing the math in my head. Alright, it's drifting forward now, which is slightly disturbing. Okay, here we go. We're going. We're gonna go bit by bit. We've got a good cruising speed right now with these solid fuel engines. Got that. All of these. These are like picture like a radar dome that like projects like a screen. It's for the safety of the crew. And then you get the oh, yeah, you get the lights going. Get some weird effects. Okay, here we go. We're starting. Main engine. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. They're going. They're going. We're well past our speed. I think we're going to double our speed. We're going to double our speed. Holy shit. Oh my god, the dishes are down. Oh god, we're going. Here we go. Right. Okay. This is how we transfer between Kerbal-based dimensions. Oh, here's Valentina. I was concerned a little right there because she wasn't with the guys. Anyway, we want to start a new dimension for sure. Here's the deal. We need to learn more about the world we live in, and so living in this sandbox type environment where they have everything available to them, they haven't gained a proper respect for that world. Therefore, these 4 brave Kerbals will go into a mode called career mode. You have to manage all aspects of your space program. It involves funds, reputation, and science. You follow contracts given to you by private companies. It's very involved. We're going to go for a moderate difficulty on this world. Just a good balance of easy and difficult. I don't like hard because there's no quick loading or reverting. I know that's kind of sucks. And so we're going to moderate. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to put it to 80. You'll see why in a minute. You can see how that swaps it over to custom, but we started at moderate, and all we did was change this. So it's not hugely customized. It's just moderate with a little bit of starting science. You'll see why in a moment. And we're in. Wow, this is a pretty bare bones space center right here. Very small buildings. It just makes this whole area around here just seem so much larger because there's so little here. We've got Gene introducing us. He's saying some stuff. I don't think I need what he's saying. I think I know how to do this. Let's start by spending the 80 science. I didn't do the 80 science to give me an advantage. I did it because I want to be able to approach this career mode similarly to how aviation and rocketry and such was approached on Earth in the real world. And so we have to do this, and then we're going to go here. We're not going to do any of this rocketry stuff because aerospace did not start with manned rocket flights and shit like that. It started with aviation. It started with airplanes. And it didn't start with jet engines, but there's no propeller engines in this base game, and I'm not really into modding. Anyway, that's where we're going to start. We have 12 science to use, which doesn't let us get this. Let's get basic rocketry. I think that'll be okay. Nope. Hello? Please? Can you hear me clicking? Whatever. It's fine. We're not going to worry about it. We're just going to leave. Frick. Okay. So now we've spent most of our starting science. I mean, that 7 science isn't a huge deal. We're going to let's go to mission control. Let's get some direction with some contracts. Launch our first vessel. I think I can do that. I think I'm capable of that. And scientific data from Kerbin. Okay. Alright. Let's get right to that. Ah, shit. Almost no structural pieces. Got a very limited selection of wings. They're really quite expensive. Fuck, that's the wrong one. Oh, jeez. There are no rich pioneers. You gotta just dump everything you have into it. Can't get that. We won't have enough money to launch if we do that. This is a great start. Let's launch with this. Holy shit. Holy shit. Ready, Jeb? You ready? You ready? Boom! Holy shit. Hey, what was that? We performed an EVA test at home. You're damn right we did. Jeb's all over that crap. EVA report, Jeb. Tell us what the world's like. You don't think a spacesuit was necessary to get here? Oh no shit, it wasn't. You work over there. Your office is like right there. Jeez. I don't appreciate the sarcasm. We've got the science. Let's recover. Okay, yeah, we got full value back on all those parts we spent. So we were really scraping the bottom of the barrel. It took about half of the total money we had just to put that thing that we were just flying on the runway. But it's okay because we got all of the part value back, which is, I think, is really great. Jebediah got experience just because he's never done anything like that in this world, and everything's completely new to him. He's all fresh. And right here, we've got a message. Recovered our first crew from a mission. Great. First one of our experiments at home. We did do that. They're absolutely right. And we completed a contract. What are these units? What's that C thing? Why is that an I? I guess that's... I know that's reputation. Okay. That's fine. Okay, we've done it. We have 10 science. We actually earned some science. There's still nothing we can buy with this amount of science because the beginning's very slow, which is why it's hard to start with planes normally unless you give yourself a little boost. What the fucking hell? What the hell? We just need to launch our first vessel. Oh, we can do that. Okay. Oh, piece of cake. This is gorgeous. We need some wheels. God, everything's expensive. Just gonna do it with a bunch of these wheels. Where's the center of mass on this doohickey? Right there. Okay, we can work with that. That is an expensive thing. Shnikes. Whatever. There she is. This will be the vessel. That is our first vessel launch. I don't know if any of you watching have ever had to ball on a budget, but in case you haven't, I just want you to know that this is what it looks like. And Jebediah has never been more proud to drive a vessel because of its thriftiness. This will be interesting. I don't think I've ever tried to fly something quite like this thing we have here. There's no air intakes. What an idiot. And after a minor modification, we are back. I had to mount these air intakes to these girders because we don't have enough money right now to buy these small fuel tanks that these intakes in this engine would fit on perfectly. We don't have enough money to buy those and still be able to purchase this vessel for launch. But it doesn't matter. Oh my god, the parachutes. Kill me. Just cut it. Just cut it. Oh no. Just cut it. Okay. The ground over here. Oh, Jesus Christ! Going again. Not deploying the parachutes at the same time as the engine, because that would be real silly. Throttle all the way up. We have lost some of our yaw control. We've lost all of our yaw control. That's okay. Can we get off the ground? Nope. Okay, I'm just going to turn off the engine. Maybe deploy some parachutes. We've lost both of our intakes. Thanks, parachute. You're doing a real great job. Could have gone better. It could have gone worse. I see a little 1 up here, which means... Oh. I thought it meant we completed our contract, but we returned to the surface, and we broke a speed record. I'm happy with that. It seems like for our second contract, which is to launch a vessel, what it means is launch a vessel off of this launch pad. And I just said that I kind of wanted to start with planes instead of with rockets. So, I'm going to launch this kind of fireworks style, where the rocket itself just flies off and it isn't manned or anything. And of course, humans were doing this way before they were flying to space in rockets. So I think that's justified. We have Jebediah in this seat here, in the most literal hot seat I think there's ever been, because he's going to have all of the exhaust of this rocket directed straight at him. Hopefully we won't kill him. Let's see how it goes. Right now. He was okay. Let's watch it. Oh, look at it go. Whee! It's going really quite fast. I, of course, can't control this at all because it's just one engine. This is the only part. This is a one-part vessel. It's going to fall over... Oh, God. It's going to fall down almost exactly where it launched from because I didn't steer it any particular way. I can't steer it right now. I can tap whatever buttons I want. These things over here that indicate where I'm steering don't even move because there's no control module on this thing. I just hope it doesn't kill Jeb on the way down. I don't think it is. It looks like it's not going to. Oh, it's going to be closer than I thought it was. Oh, shh! Everything was fine. What? I don't think it counted because Jebediah didn't leave the launch pad. Wait, no, it says runway. Okay, we can do this. We just need to approach it differently than we have been. This is going to be in a not scrape the ground mode now. Alright, here we go in the Budget Baller Plus. Named such because we have a slightly higher budget now. I didn't fix these things. These should only be roll now because they are ailerons, and these should only be pitch because they are elevators. It's called the Budget Baller Plus because we have a larger budget now because we completed some missions. I'm kind of using the hills here as an advantage to roll myself off of this runway because it's really bumpy, and these starting landing gear are just... they're absolute garbage. But I'm not getting mad. I'm just pointing it out. Anyway, we are going to actually get off of the runway, and we're going to use this surrounding area around the KSC because it's flatter than the runway we have right now. We can upgrade it in the future, which will be nice. Oh, Jesus. Did you see that? Did you see how that landing gear handled that slight bump? It wasn't well. It did not handle it well. Okay. We got some flat land. We're just going to crank the engines up, see what we can do. Notable feature of the budget baller, it has emergency parachutes in case things just really, really go bad. Of course, I'm in the mode that allows you to load quick saves and revert flights, but I don't really like to do that. I would much prefer to just be prepared for any eventuality. And yeah, if I make a terrible mistake, sometimes I'm just going to have to deal with the consequences of it. I can't lean on reloading and quick saving all the time, which is good. Oh wait, guys, look. Look, you see me steering right now? And you can't hear the presses? The button presses? Because I actually brought another keyboard that's not super loud. Are you proud of me? Huh? Anyway, what is this? We have broken a land distance record of 1,000 meters. It's not very far. It's not even like the end of the runway, I think. It's fine. Let's just fly some. Oh, jeez. We launched our first vessel. I don't understand. This vessel is about as launched as any vessel gets. I don't know how to launch this more than it's been launched already. Anyway, let's go in for a landing. Not a conventional landing either, because you know what, I'm mad, and I don't feel like pretending to be a pilot. I'm just going to fly over the KSC and throw out my parachutes and hope they catch me before the ground catches me. How about right now? I'm back to my theory that this needs to happen from the launch pad. And I think the whole vessel has to leave the ground. But I still don't really want to do a manned rocket flight because I don't think that really fits into our technological timeline we're doing here. So here's the scenario here. This is a big old New Year's rocket, and it's really complicated. It's like top of the line stuff to impress the Chinese emperor. And some guy has got to go in there, light the fuse, and get out as it goes off. And that guy's Jebediah. Doesn't have any parachutes or anything because it's not going to get recovered, and we don't want to waste money on stuff that's just going to get blown up and not used. Also, because we don't have the upgrade for the astronaut complex, Jebediah can't get out once it's already launched. The plan is for him to jump out after triggering it, but for me to do that, I'm going to have to actually click EVA slightly before I press space, and if I'm lucky, it'll fire the engine and have Jeb get out. So, I mean, who knows? Let's see how it goes in 3, 2, 1. Holy shit. Oh, he's limp. Jeb, please. Oh, God. I totally saw your leg break. Jeb, run. You don't know where that thing's gonna land. Holy shit. I can't believe that worked. Where is it? I don't see it. Oh, I can see it at the top of the screen a little bit. It's like pink text. Oh, there it is. Oh, I think you're fine, Jeb. Holy shit. Huh! The engine survived. What a great mission. That's what I'm talking about. Now we have a full list of contracts. We can do things with planes. See these focused observational surveys? Planes were made for this shit. And you never have planes at the beginning, so you never understand why you get these assigned to you. This seems like a really fitting objective. Test the jet engine. Landed. Let's get Bob in on this one. He's the scientist. He needs experience. Career mode's very science and funds focused. You need money to build your ships. You need science to get new parts. Obviously, you can tell by the stuff I'm building, I don't have every part in the game anymore. Yeah, look, I remembered an air intake first time this time. Nice old smoke plume. Great, I see a check up there. We've done it. Okay, now we have an acceptable amount of money, enough to maybe make like a real vehicle. Oh, look at the itty bitty tracking station. Let's use this to look at our objectives. Okay, thank you, Gene. Maxo Construction Toys and Sean's Cannery. Those are the two closest ones, which I think makes them easier. Whoop, that was night for a second. I saw it. Sean's Cannery. Maxo Construction Toys. Okay, so I may have accidentally been not recording, completing the second contract, but you can tell by this green thing that it's complete. We went there, we did a crew report, Jeb, in the crew report, said that he could see the underwater typology. I could not see the underwater... Oh, there's something there. Well, maybe he was right. Huh. Anyway, that's what the crew report said. We can actually review the report. Yeah, you can see the underwater typology. And I said that was great. And now we're bringing it back to the KSC. Of course, not so we can give it to the people that wanted it to be done, because also the people in this contract did not specify that they wanted us to bring it back to them. They just wanted it to happen. Maybe they were anticipating that I wouldn't give it to them. But anyway, I'm bringing it back to the KSC because the science points are something very valuable to me and Jebediah, because it means that we can get new parts. And I like parts because they let you make new things that can do new stuff. I think it's going to be great. Jeb thinks it's going to be great. If we can just land without dying a fiery death, it actually will be great. Okay, we're coming in for landing. We're coming in way too steep. I'm going to try to do some ridiculous maneuvers to bleed off some speed. Fully deploying the fins, which creates a lot of drag. We're not going to try to actually do a genuine conventional landing on this runway because it's so bumpy that I'm concerned if I touch it at like a normal flying speed, it's just going to kill me. So we're going to line up real nice. We're going to slow down as much as we can. That's not very slow, actually. We're not going very slow. We're gaining speed because we're pointed down. We're going to just deploy the parachutes over it and see how this goes. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Don't nose down. Don't crash. Oh. That worked out just fine. That is a sturdily built plane. You don't see most planes land like that because that would kill most planes. Okay, great. So after that mission, we now have 24.7 science, which is enough to get something. I don't know what. I mean, it's really up to me. Huh. We could go for some pretty interesting rockets, which I don't really think we should do just yet. We have survivability. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, we can do that. We broke some records, speed records, altitude records, distance record, which means distance from this place. Great. Completed that for 12,000 Dolores. Okay. I can't help but notice we've got $113,000, which is a pretty big budget when you think about it. When you think about the fact that some of our planes were only like 12,000 each, we could just like make a line of like five budget ballers, just have them sit there. I don't think that would be a good use of that money. I think instead we're just going to make a better plane and do some more of what we've been doing, just kind of get that number up. Of course, the great thing about planes, as opposed to rockets, is that you get to keep all the pieces. You don't drop a giant engine into the ocean for it to be destroyed and never used again. The way that conventional rockets nowadays fly, it's the cost equivalent is like if you were going to fly somewhere in a 747 and just crash the 747 into the ground when you got there, and then buy a new 747 when you wanted to go back. And that's not cheap. That's exactly why SpaceX is doing stuff with reusable boosters, which is so cool. But anyway, obviously, if you're using a 747 the way you would normally use a 747, once you get to your destination, it would just be ready for you to use again, which is the beauty of aircraft as opposed to rockets. Okay, test this thing in flight. Just a big old parachute. That seems easy. These have like the same reward, but one of them wants you to be above 19,000 and one wants you to be below 17,000. I know which one I'm picking. Okay, here we are. The new non-budget vessel called the Stalin C-10. Named such because it has these canards in the front that make the plane look like it has a mustache, like that guy, Joseph Stalin. And it's called the C-10 because the engine setup, it kind of resembles a DC-10, McDonnell Douglas aircraft. So yeah, there you go. Oh, I also wanted to start in the hangar mode. I wanted to show you it in the hangar mode to show you that it costs $11,000 or credits or whatever these are and that we have 120,000. Just so you can see, I guess. Alright, here goes Valentina on a fateful takeoff. She's elected to not use the runway because it is, oh my god. Because it's bumpy, is what I was going to say. This plane's bouncing in place, which I'm not a huge fan of. Valentina has opted not to use the really... Oh, wait. Valentina has made the somewhat risky decision to use this strip over here, the strip next to the runway of flat grass, instead of the runway, because the runway is so bumpy. Let's see how it works out for her. Alright, why is this wiggling? Oh. Well, Valentina's getting a really good look at how bumpy the ground is now. Really good look. And I think we're just going to deal with that loss. We're not going to revert. We're going to just recover. And there's going to be some money lost because we're not recovering most of the aircraft. So it cost us 11,000. We got back 4,000 from the pieces that survived. But we got Valentina, who also survived, which I think is a good thing. Here we are trying again. Trying on the SAS immediately, because maybe that'll help. We're also going to be pulling up just to get off of this godforsaken runway as soon as possible because it is treacherously bumpy. It likes to roll the aircraft over and rip its wings off. Okay, we're off. Thank goodness. Valentina is going to get to carry out a mission. Boop, boop. Alright, Valentina, you're going pretty fast, accelerating handily. Nice! Okay, this is flying well. The area we're going for is right over that area of islands, I believe. Oh, we're getting a better view of that mountain we were looking at earlier. I guess it is just a very frigid mountaintop, not like a pile of ice cream, sadly. We're entering site TSFM. What does that stand for? Probably target site FM radio. That's it. We're spinning right now. I'm not entirely sure why. I'm not going to let it freak me out, though. I'm just going to handle the situation calmly. This thing doesn't want to roll. Why doesn't it want to roll? That's turned way down for some reason. How did I do that without noticing? Jeez, what an idiot. We have a crew report from over the grasslands. I guess that means those are grasslands down there. Valentina thinks she can see her house from here, which is good. If we go into this view, press our face up against this window, and then zoom out there, that's the KSC. So if she lives there, which, I mean, I guess she does. Certainly haven't found her house out here. She totally can see her house from here. So, she's not an idiot, which is good. Okay, as we fly back to the KSC, we're going to be doing a couple different things. First of all, I noticed as I was flying over here that the higher I got, the less thrust these engines put out. They're struggling up in this thinner atmosphere. So I think for the cruise back, I want to lose altitude, but also I know that there are land speed record objectives for us. And we were going about 180 on the way over here, and I think if we can get like 250 or 300 maybe, that would be a nice benchmark, a good speed to get. Oh, we're really going. Maybe we're going to get like 400? That would be cool. Just set some records while we can, you know? So as we're going down, you can see the thrust is going up on these engines. I'm not entirely sure why that is, but it's a good thing. So as we get lower, the engines produce more and more thrust, but the atmosphere also becomes thicker, creating more drag. And if you watch our speed, we're decelerating now. So we can stop diving, because it's not really necessary. Let's check our records. Altitude record of 7,000. We did do that. A speed record of 250. Nice. And a land distance record of 32,000 kilometers. That's not 32,000 kilometers. That's really far. Only 32 kilometers. Sorry if anyone listening just got super excited thinking that their perception of this world was very different than what it actually is. But we only went 32 kilometers. I just wanted to point out one more time, for those who haven't been paying attention, that I am a god. And so if you observe the way this vehicle flies right now when I turn off the SAS, damn near perfect. It's like settling into position right now, and now it's just going. It's starting to nose up a little, but it's not a big deal. Easy to correct. Very stable flight. Very stable flight. Which is nice, and really, it's all because the center of lift is right about here on the plane, and the center of mass is right about there. You just need it just behind your center of mass, and you'll be all set. Also, if you have your wings turned like this, it makes the plane, like if you're turned way over, like, not like that, good grief. If you're turned like this, it makes the plane slowly settle back to being level, to this wing being about as high as this wing, because of the position of those wings. That's a aerodynamic fact right there, and look it up if you don't believe me. Alright, we're now gaining altitude because our contract with these big old parachutes requires us to be going at least 40 meters per second and above 6,000 meters in altitude. Above 40 meters per second will not be a problem because this plane would not be flying at 40 meters per second. I'm pretty sure it'd be falling. 6,000 meters will not be a huge problem either, because even though it's a bit higher than these engines like to be, they can kind of like throw themselves up into the higher atmosphere where they don't work, and then it falls back down, kind of like an orbit works almost. But anyway, that's kind of complicated, I guess. We're here. We're going to test them through staging right now. We've done it. They've been tested. These are deployed parachutes right here. Oh, we're going less than 40 right now, which is interesting. You could see like the way our momentum was going was way different than where we were pointing, because we were stalling. Which is funny, because that's what this thing's called. This is the stall in C10, and it was in fact stalling just a moment ago. So you've probably never seen an aircraft do this, because I can't imagine a situation where an aircraft would do this, but what we're going for here is to kind of steer ourselves towards the runway, so that once these big old parachutes deploy, we'll land pretty close to it, because the closer you are to the runway or the launch pad, the more money you get for the parts that you bring. Because even though you can recover anywhere on Kerbin, there's a reduced value of the parts if whoever's recovering it has to go across the whole darn world just to get it. Yeah. This is working really nice. The plane's really level right now. It's not like leaning away. It's leaning over some. It's not leaning over as much as it could be because these parachutes are just above the center of mass, which is something I planned. Because I'm smart. Throttle up. Push ourselves towards the runway a little bit, just to make sure we land exactly where we're trying to land. This is just a really bizarre way to fly a plane. Whoa, Valentina, guaranteed to rock this town. Where's the ground, Valentina? Do you see it? Oh, look, there it is. Look at your wings spazzing out as you try to steer. Your steering's not doing much right now. You're not really flying the way a plane normally flies. Okay, where's the radar thing? It's right there. It says that we are hitting the ground. The landing gear was overstressed. Valentina looked a little stressed herself, but I think we're okay. Oh yeah, piece of cake. Look at that. 100% value for these parts because we were on the runway because we're professional. Boom. And what's this? Those things we already saw, the records, completion of that contract, completion of that contract. Boom. 172,000 in the bank. I think we've had a good start today. We've gotten out of the initial budget struggles right at the beginning of the game. We've done some science. We have 15. Maybe that's enough to get something? I don't know. We'll find out next time. And yeah, so I'm going to send you off with this not exactly a sunset yet thing. Goodbye!